Hey, Facebook world. Welcome to GCTV. My name is George Carroll. I'm here with a very special guest. Kelli Hansen is in the house. What's up, Kelli?
Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a
Well,
great Tuesday.
here at GCTV, we like to make shift happen, and I like to connect and collaborate with people who are making shift happen, regardless of what's happening in the environment and in the climate. And if you're a human being over the last month or so, you've probably had a roller coaster of emotions. And we're here to talk to you about how to practice some sound mental health. So, just so you know, Kelli Hansen's a mental health first aid educator and the creator of BCC Evolution, a nonprofit mental health and suicide awareness organization. And she's going to be sharing some of her ninja tips with that. Maybe not so ninja, maybe some ninja. We'll see what happens. But Kelli, how'd you get started in BCC Evolution, and tell us more about that?
So, BCC Evolution came about after my middle sister, Carrie Lynn, completed suicide in 2017. I had worked with an organization that focused on teen or youth suicide and things of that nature. And after my sister completed, I just knew I couldn't sit around and do nothing. So I wanted to bring the adult aspect into what I was already doing because we were so focused on youth, but my sister was an adult. So I really wanted to look into the adult aspect, and that's kind of where BCC came about. And I'm going on into my third year. And BCC, the BCC part, I got that kind of blind carbon copy. So an email, if you think about the blind carbon copy email, I thought about mental health that way. It was there, but you may not know it's there. So that's the whole theme, I guess you could say, around BCC and why I chose BCC. And then evolution was just because we're ever evolving, just like mental health and suicide awareness and prevention. So it just seemed like it fit. And ever since then, it's just been like gangbusters, and it's changing all the time. And I had to do something so that another family didn't have to go through this crazy roller coaster of a journey that my family has had to go through. So
I can only imagine, knowing you now for the last 3 years now, I think is what it is. I was with you when BCC Evolution was born, and I loved your heart. You have such a powerful story to share. And you're on this powerful mission to help people. And I mean, what more of an important time to really practice mental health and tools to keep us, kind of sane during this chaotic time than now. So let's just jump in. Tell us a little bit more about what tool or set of tools do you have in mind that can support people?
Yeah, I think my biggest message for everybody is it's totally okay to not be okay. So, especially during this time, so many people are struggling with wondering what's going to happen, how everything is going to change, when we're going back to life as normal, I guess you could say. And the thing that I want to say is it is totally okay to not be okay. We all feel anxiety. We all feel stressed out. That's totally normal. And you really have to, which I've had to learn myself because I am one that I internalize things and I don't like to show emotion, which living in this world, it's a little bit hard, but I have to tell myself that it's okay to have these feelings. It is okay to feel anxiety. It is okay to not know what's going to happen tomorrow. And it's okay to have fear. Like, as long as you don't live and just sit in those emotions, really feel all the emotions that are happening and allow yourself to be okay with not being okay. So I think that's my biggest message. And the one thing that I've taken away from many people that I've talked to is allow yourself to feel fear, allow yourself to feel anxiety. And if you need to cry, go have like a really great cry. Just don't stay with that for too long and reach out. Like if you feel like you're getting stuck in that place, reach out. You can reach out to me if you don't have anybody to reach out to, or anybody really at this point, because we're all in this together, and all of us are probably feeling the exact same emotions that you are.
Yeah, this is so important. The two things that really stick out to me as I'm listening to here is number one, wherever you are, it's okay. Wherever you are, it's not wrong. It's just where you are. Allow yourself to fully feel it. And I think that's so important, because a lot of times when we try to avoid feeling certain emotions that need to be worked through or that need to be healed, it can create some maybe old patterns where we latch on to maybe old addictions or old patterns. And now really is an opportunity for all of us. I think everybody is being forced to evolve in their own unique ways. And instead of avoiding the feelings, really fully feel them. So I'm really appreciating what you're saying here. And then that last thing is that you said is ask for help. Now is not the time to be the Lone Ranger. Now is not the time to isolate, even though we're being sort of, forced to self-isolate. Now's the time to reach out for help and connect and create community, build community, and make sure that people know where you're at and what support you need. What else,
Yeah.
Kelli?
I mean, yeah, that's so important, because a lot of us just don't know how to reach out. Like you said, I mean, reach out, even if you feel like you're annoying somebody or you're not going to be able to get that help, just reach out. You never know. And that's most important. But some of the like tips and tricks that I wanted to mention that I know has helped several people, meditation, yoga. There's lots of different apps that you can download now that it has the meditations already built in there for you. So you don't have to know how to do it. Yoga, again, same things. You don't have to know how to do it. So download an app. They'll probably walk step by step. A lot of the studios actually that are able to stream, they are doing streaming classes. So look into that. A couple things that have really helped me. Biggest thing that has helped me, I turned on music. So yesterday was the first day that my son went back to preschool, and it has been chaos around here for the last month. But yesterday he was gone, and I turned on my music and I was dancing in my kitchen like a fool. And it felt so good to me. That's the first time I've done that in a while, because I've been at home with him. I've been at home with everybody else. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, it was amazing yesterday to have some peace and quiet, but also turn on that music and just dance like a fool. Like nobody's watching. Who cares if anybody's watching? So
totally. It's so important to move our bodies. What does it do psychologically? Dance, the act of dancing, listening to music, what does that do psychologically that gets us out of stress or any kind of state of anxiety maybe?
So really it releases endorphins, which is your happy juice. So when you move your
happy
body,
juice. Let's talk about happy juice.
It's my favorite word. I love that word. But your happy juice, your endorphins in your brain, that's what releases those good feelings. So moving your body, physically moving your body, listening to music, all of those different things release that happy juice. And it really helps depression, it helps anxiety, it just turns your brain into a different state. So it's really important. And I know some people are like, I can't dance. That's totally cool. Like a lot of us can dance and it doesn't matter. Or just move your body however it feels good to you. But get your body moving. I think that's the most important thing. Or get your brain moving, because those are the chemicals that you want to release, especially during this time, is the happy juice to get you out of whatever state you're in. So
yeah, tip number 3, release the happy juice.
Release the happy juice. Yeah.
by moving your body and exercising. I know for me, one of the biggest challenges in all of this, for me personally, simply has been being active during sort of a rearranging of schedules. And so I haven't been as active as I normally am. And I notice brain fog. My eating activities have gone a little bit south, and I'm not eating the best. And so I notice my mindset is a little off. So these are great reminders, even for me too. We talk about mental health, Kelli. What is mental health? How would you define mental health?
So mental health really is, so there's different definitions, but When you think about mental health, everybody has mental health, but when you talk about like illnesses and diagnoses and disorders, how they diagnose that is if it affects your thinking, emotions, or behavior. So a lot of people like to say love, live, laugh. If it's affecting something related to that, that's when they can actually go ahead and diagnose. But mental health overall is like your mental state that you're in. And that's really the definition. So it's thinking, emotions, and behavior. That's mental health in general.
Perfect. Perfect. I know sometimes is a no-brainer for some people, but can be a little bit vague. And so thank you for that clarification. One of the tools that you're familiar with that I study is NLP, or neuro-linguistic programming. And one strong pull that I'm feeling during this pandemic is to give more. And it could be a variety of ways that people give. But I created a free program that people can come in and get support in. We do a call every 2 weeks to just come together, have a little bit of fun, share what's going on in our world, and then get some coaching and support so people can move through some of maybe the limiting emotions that they're stuck in. And I know you teach also the first aid mental health classes. I'm not sure. Do you have one scheduled coming up anytime soon?
So right now we have one April 26th, but it is probably not going to happen. The Mental Health First Aid USA is looking at a way we can go virtual right now. So I will actually have more information on that on Thursday. They have a big call that we're doing. So that way we can actually go virtual, which I'm super excited about because just during this time, I think it's one of the most important classes that you could probably take just to understand whether you take the adult or the youth version. But once I had more information, I will definitely send that out to everybody. And then part of BCC Evolution is we like to sponsor any participants for the class. So I don't know how that's going to look exactly yet, but I would love to be able to sponsor as many virtual classes as possible with as many people in it. So I'll definitely have more information. And I do want to say NLP, man, I mean, I cannot talk high enough about that. As you've seen, I've had so many breakthroughs over the last couple of years, and a lot has to do with NLP. So if you get a chance, totally jump on those free calls or do whatever you can to find out more about NLP, because it literally has changed my life for sure. So
that's awesome. Thanks for saying that, Kelli. Yeah, I mean, if you're watching this and you want to learn more and sign up for my free program, go to nlpcall.com. And then you'll just give us your email address and we'll send you the Zoom link where we meet and then the dates. But this work is so important right now that we support people who maybe aren't as practiced as we are in managing our own mind, because a mind left unmanaged can wander off into the deep sea of anxiety and sometimes doesn't even know how it got there, and so a lot of the tools that you teach, I know, help people kind of manage and work with their mind, work with their emotions. What would you say is the most, I don't want to say the most common tool that you teach, but maybe one of the most important tools that you teach in your mental health classes?
So I feel like, I educate the youth version. I have my certification in the youth version, but we also have an adult version. But the biggest takeaway that I hear all the time is really learning compassion and empathy. It just teaches you how to identify the signs and then know some of the symptoms so that you can acknowledge the person and really be empathetic towards what they're going through. And that's the biggest takeaways that I always hear about, is they're learning how to be empathetic towards people, especially the youth, because we all know we kind of prejudge them a little bit sometimes. So it's just identifying what is normal versus abnormal. And those are a lot of the skills that you bring out of the classes. And going into the adult, just knowing the different levels of like depression, knowing the different levels whether it goes into psychosis and things of that nature. Just understanding. It's a lot more understanding than anything. So.
Yeah, so powerful, so important these days, because I think a lot of people tend to hide their suffering, and they're good at putting a face up or a mask up. And so I love that you teach, some tools and strategies on how to recognize it, how to empathize with it, and how to work with it. There's a couple things that are popping for me that I wanted to share, just in terms of practicing sound mental health. And the first one is gratitude. I think right now is a great opportunity for us to really look at what we have in our lives, the people that we have in our lives, and to be really grateful for it, given the circumstances. Tons of research out showing how gratitude is such a huge benefit to your mind, to your brain, to your emotions, and how it turns off the fight or flight mechanisms of the brain. So practicing gratitude is a great tool for mental health. And then the other one I think is a level up is, and Kelli, you've seen this video, but there's a video on YouTube. If you go to search Soul Pancake Expressing Happiness. So if you express happiness, meaning you write a letter or you call somebody and tell them how much you love them, expressing that love and appreciation has been shown to increase happiness tremendously. So if there's a way that you can call people you love and say, hey, I just want to let you know I love you, you're going to feel a huge spike of those happy chemicals, or those happy juices that Kelli was talking about.
Yeah. And that goes into the other thing that I wanted to talk about too, is right now, BCC Evolution, what we put out last week were coloring pages. So they're just different messages. There's actually mainly all of our logos, but there's a You Matter, a Love Wins, and a Love Life. And you can color them and send them to whomever, take them to the grocery store, give them to the essential workers. I have one hanging up on my door that says, thank you for continuing to deliver. We did the heart window, and my son colored little hearts all over the coloring pages. So there's all different ways to send messages out into the world, whether you color it on your computer or you have your kids color it or whatever it might be. And that is one thing they talk about volunteering. It helps release the endorphins and it helps get that happy juice going. And part of that is giving your gratitude also to the people that are out and about. So definitely something that we looked into. We're like, how can we make this message spread? But how can we also help people that may be in their darkest place to have an outlet that they can give back to the people that maybe are not close to them? So.
Right. I love where we've got to in our conversation, about gratitude, volunteering, and giving. I think this is kind of where the world is turning to. I think we're going to see a much more generous world. I think we're going to see a much more giving world. I think we're going to see a much more grateful world after this is all said and done. But it does start with us as the individual. And so, to practice, what we're talking about here in terms of giving, I know people have an opportunity to donate to BCC Evolution, and in turn, a lot of those donations go towards sponsoring people to take your mental health first aid classes. Is there a place people can go to that they can donate? And I'd like to get us started. So what's a good website people can go to donate?
So the best website is just going to our website. So it's bccevolution.org and /donate. And there are multiple different ways that you can donate, whether it be Facebook donate. You can go through smile.amazon.com, which gives us a portion of every time you spend something. And then PayPal charities. So that's a great way. The link is on the website, but fastest way to figure out which way you want to donate is just going simply to bccevolution.org, and you can pick whichever way works the best for you, and we'll send it over. So yeah.
Cool. So I just posted a link on this Facebook Live video to a link to your website along with a donate button. And I'd like to personally donate $250 to BCC Evolution. And so if you're watching this and you feel pulled to support Kelli and her mission and everything that she's up to, click the link and feel free to donate if your heart's being pulled to it.
Thank you, George, so much. And just to piggyback on that, what we do, just so you know where the money goes, a lot of it goes to the mental health first aid classes and being able to sponsor participants. Right now, we're moving into doing capes for superheroes, which we're going to do a paper version this year instead of the actual capes, but they're going to be going to Children's Hospital and the VA hospital, and that'll be in the 1st of May. So we're going to have over 550 card superhero capes that we're going to be sending out to the hospitals. We also do homeless care packages. We do backpacks for kiddos. There's lots of different events and volunteer programs that we offer. And that's where all the money goes, because I truly believe that as an organization, we should be funding all of this. However, we can't do that without the generosity of the public. So those are just some of the things that we do on a daily basis. We have events going throughout the year that just change the lives of different people, whether it be vets, children, homeless, whatever it is that we can spread our wing over them is really what we try to accomplish. And then biggest push, obviously, is the mental health first aid classes, which takes up a good chunk of the money. But I think it's important to get people educated, and no matter what I have to do to make that happen is the end goal. So.
Love it. I love everything you're up to. I love your mission. I love your heart. Thanks for sharing some tips and tools with us to support people and practicing more sound mental health, because I know right now is the time to really get in there and build that muscle. Before you leave, though, any final tips or pieces of wisdom that would just want to come from your heart?
I did mean to tell you, we are going to start a new program rollout. Hopefully this week. It will be going into the gratitude, but it's more in the alignment of resilient training. So that is coming, which I think it will be great for all the people that want to learn additional skills on top of mental health skills. And it's going to be called Resilient Bartender. So it is going to be kind of geared toward hospitality, but also everybody else. And I just have to say, I mean, biggest thing is reach out. If you feel like you're going into a hole, reach out. Feel free to send BCC a message. We'll respond to you. Join the Facebook page, see what's going on. I know GYOYL alumni, like that's an amazing place for all of us to be. So find your group, find the people that lift you up. Don't feel alone, because you're not alone. And there are so many things and so many people out there that would be willing to help. And if you need a connection, you can reach out to me. But George, I appreciate you. My just whole being through everything that we've done in the last couple of years has completely changed my whole dynamic and everything that I have tried to accomplish. So I appreciate you more than anything in the world. So thank you for having me on here too.
You're welcome. I appreciate that acknowledgement. It's now more than ever, we're all in this together, and I love everything that you shared today. So for those of you watching, let's do a quick recap. Kelli, jump in here with me. So number one is, hey, wherever you are, it's all right.
Totally okay to be not okay.
and as you just mentioned, ask for help. What's another couple of tips we talked about?
Just make sure you're doing different things like yoga, meditation, dancing, get your body moving, get those happy juices going so that you can get out of the state, maybe a negative state that you might be in.
Yeah. Move your body, get those happy juices going. What else?
I think really the other thing is check out BCC, see what we're up to. We have lots of tips and tricks going on left and right. Join us for a class if you're able to. And we're going to launch the resiliency training too, which I think will help everybody. But if you need a resource, if you need a person to reach out to, if you want more tips and tricks, all you have to do is send a message and we can definitely get you connected, because there's some pretty incredible people that surround myself and a lot of others that would be more than happy to help when in need. So
awesome. Practice gratitude, express gratitude, give. All right, folks.
Yes.
There it is. Thank you again, Kelli, for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too. And for all of you, thanks for watching GCTV, where we make shift happen. See you next time.
Bye.